It's not just rolling down a hill, it is sprinting out of each corner, and even at sea level that would be exhausting, but definitely up here it is even more. And there we go, first rider on track.
Martin Bzra from Prague then. What can he make a sense of this? Oh, oh my God! Massive crash! Oh!
Ooh, I hope he's all right.
Wow. Red flag. Big crash from Martin Bzra. Horrible.
This is not how we want to start this race.
No, it's not. And everyone saying just how difficult that first staircase is. The stairs are different lengths, the gaps between them are different lengths, really hard to time it up.
And we've seen another rider losing his handlebars earlier in the qualifier already.
Yep, some nasty compressions in that first staircase. We will, of course, keep you updated on Martin Bzra's condition. The best medical teams are on hand. He's in the best possible care.
Un aplauso para los riders.
So Martin Bzra down. Great atmosphere in the finish area.
It was a hard impact on landing on those stairs. He was on small forks, he was on an enduro bike, so
that's right.
You had to hold on a little more than if you'd land with the full-on downhill suspension.
Nowhere soft to land in urban racing, unfortunately. People getting a viewpoint from wherever they can. We will update you on Martin Bzra's condition as soon as we can. So if you just joined us, Martin Bzra, the first rider down. Red flag situation. He's had an accident. He's in the best possible care. We'll update you as soon as we can, but yeah. Not how we wanted to start this afternoon's racing. Well, let's hear from Jono Jones now from the UK. Here he is.
Jonathan, unfortunately you didn't make finals today. Just how difficult is this track here?
Oh, it's so difficult. It's completely different to anything I've ridden before. It's a different sport, let's be honest. Like, your bike behaves differently, there's no dirt. One benefit is that the track doesn't change all weekend, so you're riding the same thing the whole way. But you've just seen the first rider in finals have a massive crash. It's a wild event. The course is built very well, like Ollie Wilkins and the team have built everything perfectly, but it still takes a lot of balls to ride it. Yeah, it's savage.
What's the difficulty there where we've just seen the rider crash?
Straight out the start, you're still pretty stiff, I think. There's not much of a warm-up to do up there. You're just straight out, and it looked like it's so rough. They're really uneven down that first set of stairs, so you can't really sit on your bike and let the suspension do anything. So like big steps, small steps, got to be really active, and I think his front just started to get a bit of a bounce on. The bikes are set up so stiff here as well, so it is just very different. But yeah, hopefully he's all right.
And as you're watching from the sidelines today, who's your money on?
I want Jackson Goldstone to do well. I don't think he's done these events before, but he's obviously at the top of his game. It'd be cool for him to show up and show some of the locals how he can ride.
Thanks, Jono. Enjoy the show.
Well, Jono Jones actually works in corporate insurance risk assessment. Perhaps deciding the risk too was just too much to take part this afternoon.
That is
great
quite
to see
an
him
interesting
there.
job.
Yeah, it is with what he does on his bike. Yeah, it really is. So still waiting for an update on Martin Bzra. We'll keep you updated as soon as we can on that. But a beautiful afternoon in Mexico. Here he is up, thank goodness he's up. And look at that, where you talk about camaraderie between riders, that's Tomas Slavik, who's gone up there, gone down to him to help him off the track there. So amazing to see him, and of course, both from the Czech Republic. I'm sure Martin will be very thankful to have someone like Tomas there with him at the moment. And we heard Jono Jones saying about it, you can just get a bounce on, and that's pretty much what happened there. Nasty. Thankfully, Martin Bzra up to his feet.
I don't know if you want to watch that again, actually.
Oh, the front just chopping away. And down he goes. Enduro bike, Claudio, as well. Shorter travel bike. It's going to be difficult on the top section. We know the downhill bikes will work better on the steeper parts of this track. But thankfully, Martin Bzra managing somehow to get off the side of the hill here. Great to see Tomas Slavik there with him as well. Look at that. Thomas pointing at his shoulder, explaining the situation. I mean, you know, what you can take from that as well is that what sort of a dude is Tomas Slavik? He's going for the title in about 10 riders' time.
Yeah. Obviously, it's his countryman who might need some translation there.
Absolutely, and Tomas Slavik as well. Actually being unwell all night. So it'd be interesting to see what he can do. He told me this afternoon it's all going to go into one run. I think, you know, you can make what you want of qualifying. This is what counts. At this altitude, these riders, you know, maybe going to put it all into just one run. As we go to the top now for Brendan Fairclough. A man of many World Cup podiums a while ago now.
And do I see this right, that this is Brendan Fairclough clip pedals?
What?
I do think he's on clip pedals.
Well, maybe to keep his feet on the stairs. That would surprise me, though.
I'm pretty sure. Look,
Looks like it, yeah?
It is.
So this might be the first time Brendan's ever raced clipped in, I think. I don't know.
No, I've actually seen him riding clip pedals before when he was on my team.
Out of Casa Del Gary into this big long staircase, risking it at the bottom there, clearing it to the concrete.
And this is why he has the clip pedals on. Here he has to put the hammer down. And yes, the clip pedals will help him there, but you know what? They will also help him on all these rough stairs.
And on the wall rides, the ride, I don't know if he touched wheel. Apparently, you've got to touch your wheels on the wall there, on those walls.
So that's the rule?
Yep, that's the rule.
I was wondering that actually, because there's no cone at the bottom, so there would actually be no reason to go up the wall.
No, it'd be quicker
so
just
maybe
to jump
they make the rule,
Wow! And you can see just the bikes, how they can get away on these stairs, how they do slide around, just catching the corners of them. Tight through here. Fairclough, though, carrying good speed. A man who really blurs the line between downhill and free ride. Fourth at Red Bull Rampage in 2019. And actually, him and Jackson Goldstone in this part of the world shooting a segment for an upcoming movie. But sat down there, Claudio, showing us just how physical it is.
Oh yeah, it definitely is, and I don't think he likes this part of the track.
It's going to hurt this one. Managing to pedal over the rough stuff, though.
There's a fast runner behind him.
It's a long physical effort at 2,000 meters of altitude. On to the last straight now. 2 big jumps to go. They won't bother Fairclough, that's for sure. Sat down again. The legs are hurting. Last jump for Brendan Fairclough, then he sets the time, 2:05.1. 8 seconds outside Juanfer Velez, his qualifier. It gives you some idea how quick he was going.
Yeah, that must be painful even without a crash. All that sprinting down there is gonna burn your legs, that's for sure, no matter how good of a shape you're in. And you see how close you go through all those obstacles with your handlebars. Right here you can see it, that corner there, you're going so close to it with your right hand. It is a scary thing, those city downhill races.
So, Brendan Fairclough, the first man to make it to the bottom. Yeah, I think the legs felt that one, as well as the lungs. 13 riders left to go in this 15-rider final. Felipe Rodrigez next from Colombia, 13th in qualifying on a downhill bike, as he was in Medellin a few weeks ago. Second at the Urbano Manizales race in 2022. So this man knows what he's doing on the concrete.
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
On track then, here we go. Straight into this gnarly set of stairs. Oh, you can see the front sliding there when he landed as well.
Yep, yep.
Hard on the pedals across this short straight.
We're going to see quite some interesting time changes with the downhill bikes being super fast on the stairs, but then probably a little slower in the pedaling. And the opposite with the enduro bikes that go a little slower on the stairs, but then a lot faster on the pedaling section.
36.5 at split one for Fairclough. This man already outside it. Digging deep, 1.6 into the red though. And these are the sections, Claudio, where the downhill bike definitely sucks, where it definitely loses you time. The flatter it is, the worse they are. The steeper it is, the better they run.
And the rougher is.
And this exit to Frida's house, you can see the family in there watching TV. So difficult to get a pedal in. It's about 820 millimeters wide, that doorway on the way out. Some of these riders running 800 mil bars. 2.5 back at split number 2. Into the key section he comes. 9.1, Fairclough the fastest through the Guanajuato section so far. Losing just 0.1 in there then, Rodriguez. And really hurting himself on this pedaling. All these riders sitting down, Claudio, that tells you something.
Yeah, that tells you that it's too many sprints in 2 minutes.
1.5 back,
actually catching back up. So
yeah.
Maybe he has a bit more. Oh, what was that? His rear end going sideways?
I think he was just pedaling on those stairs. The tail wagging the dog there a little bit. And now he comes out.
Is he going to catch that back up?
And now
the last sprint.
Now it just gets physical for these riders then. Fairclough 2:05.1. He's outside it.
Yeah.
Rodriguez goes second. A 2:07.
Excelente tiempo, pero no fue suficiente para destronar a Fairclough. Pero bueno, igual, excelente papel de Felipe Rodriguez. Un aplauso, por favor.
So Rodriguez did not have an advantage from living in altitude. I don't even know if he does live in altitude. Not every Colombian lives at altitude.
I don't know, actually. I think most of them probably do. I know the whole country's pretty elevated.
The country goes all the way to the sea,
I'm not getting
to the ocean.
Okay, well, ones by the ocean probably don't live at altitude. I'll give you that. But you see both wheels touching the walls there. Mandatory requirement to get onto the vert with those tyres. And one of the best racing drone pilots in South America to be flying down these streets.
And so it's not one guy running behind the rider there. It's a drone.
I think so. Adrien Loron from Carpentras in France. He's had about as bad a campaign as he could have at Cerro Abajo. A massive crash at round 1.
Let's see if he can set that straight, because he's been winning these races in the past.
And a massive crash at round 2 actually a few weeks ago as well. Back to the top then. Pablo Aguilar now, the next man to leave the top from Costa Rica on the DH bike again.
You're not going to win a prize by pronouncing his name.
No, 7th place in Medellin a few weeks ago. Looking like he's in the zone here today. And actually has raced up in Europe in 2020, inside the top 10, excuse me, in the junior category at those rather wet World Championships.
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Aguilar on track then. And straight. Oh, the back end already kicking.
Yeah, these first stairs seem to have something in it, eh? A lot of riders struggling to stay in control there.
Yep, everyone's saying how difficult they are. It's the unevenness of them, I think. Quick around that right-hander. Straight back on the pedals. And cleanly in and out of Gary's front room there. Beautiful riding through Casa del Gary.
And then this is where they can open their brakes if they're brave enough and then get into that pedal section.
And he's up nearly half a second into the green then. Good, 32 kilometers an hour through the speed.
Not sitting down, first rider not sitting down.
So nearly half a second up at split number 1.
It's probably gonna be more the way he's pedaling.
And it's actually incredible to see that in Frida's house, they are watching this broadcast.
Look how he's sprinting.
Yeah.
This man has some energy there, but he did not extend his lead.
Point 2 though, still in the green. Lost a little bit between sector 1 and sector 2. But he's really impressive how quickly he's on the pedals out of the corners, Claudio.
Yes, but he did lose some.
Fastest in the key section now. So, it's looking so far so good then for Pablo Aguilar, all the way from Costa Rica.
Maybe he should actually sit down sometime in between. Now he's extending the lead.
Over a second up now then, it's looking good. And again, finding the energy to get back on those pedals.
Yeah, and he did not sit down even once all the way yet.
And that's what we expect to see from the riders. They're going to be pushing for the win today. That 1:57 qualifier by Juanfer Velez, still a long way out of reach for everyone. He would have crossed the line already in that qualifier. Here comes Aguilar. And he goes across the line. Fastest with a 2:04. Up by a second. Aguilar now takes the lead then. A good run for Pablo Aguilar.
We see a lot of drifting on these stairs as the tires are struggling to get that traction. Or actually the riders are struggling, not the tires.
Both are struggling, yeah, right there. New leader. Good run for that man. Downhill bike in the hot seat at the moment. Plenty of fast riders on enduro bikes to come, shorter travel bikes. And watch out for this man then, Pedro Ferreira. Broke his wrist at Valparaiso before the start, going for his 3rd win there in a row. We expected this man to be one of the big contenders for the overall series. Didn't ride as well, obviously, in Medellin a few weeks ago. Really nursing that wrist. We're going to find out where he's at right now, though. But Ferreira, one of the very fastest street racers on planet Earth.
Is he now, though? That is the question.
That's right.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Here we go then. What can Ferreira bring to this final round of Red Bull Cerro Abajo, using every bit of the track there? Lands on the board, gets nice and straight for the rest of those stairs.
Yeah, that was clean so far. Took good speed through that first left-hander. Also not too bad on this second one.
No. Cleanly out of Casa del Gary, here he comes. And onto this huge staircase. Oh! Didn't look like he touched the brakes down there much. Aguilar with that 36. He's up by half a second then. So Ferreira is bringing the heat to this race. All right, one. Up into the second one as well.
A bit high on that second one.
Sitting down just quickly there to rest the legs. In the Frida's house. Yeah, they are watching the show in their front room. Amazing. Into the key section now. And fast down there, Claudio. Look at the pace of him.
He keeps those brakes open in there.
Steep set, and he goes fastest.
As it is, yes.
Half a second quicker than anyone then.
So he's extending that lead massively.
He's been training hard on the pedals there as well, and again. So Ferreira showing us how bad he wants it here today.
And you can see the pain in his face.
Quick sit down there. Whoa. 3 seconds up though. So it's a massive run for Pedro Ferreira now. Not pedaling on these staircases though. Probably saving it for this last big run down to the finish line.
Yeah, and he will need it.
And now he's gonna have to pedal.
Yes, he gotta put it all in now on that last sprint.
Prepare yourself. He's gonna go fastest by some margin then. Ferreira, tired.
Almost came up
and
short.
He goes fastest, 2.9 to the green at 2:01. Yeah, he was exhausted by the bottom. You could see it on that last jump. So new leader then, Pedro Ferreira.
Still quite far off the fastest qualifying time though.
Yeah, long way off it.
Still 4 seconds of the fastest qualifying time from Velez. Here it was one of his fastest sections. You could see him drifting on those stairs, keeping it all open, but then almost came up short on that last jump. Probably didn't have enough in his tank for that finish sprint. Bit of confusion down there in the finish area.
And the next man is on track, Nicolas Cantu from Monterey in California.
Seems to take it a little more careful through this key section here.
3 seconds back at split number 2. Another rider choosing a downhill bike. You can see how sluggish the downhill bikes are on the flat parts of the track. Really hard to get them back up to speed.
And he's actually also pushing a lot bigger of a gear. Quite different riding style here. I don't think he's a...
No, and he's losing more time.
Wrong there.
5.3 back now.
Don't know if he's just tired or not actually attacking.
He looks to have air in his tyres. I mean, of course, punctures are a massive probability this afternoon, but they can be hard to spot because the riders run an internal cush core over the big forward jump as he comes down towards the finish line now then. Nicolas Cantu, long way out! Big whip to finish. Goes in a 4th place. 9 riders left to go now.
I wonder if there was something wrong up at the top because he clearly wasn't pushing it hard down here. But for sure he had the best whip on the finish line jump so far.
I agree. Massive. Well, if you just joined us, it's the finals of the Red Bull Cerro Abajo series. We're in Guanajuato, Mexico for the last race of the series. The title is on the line. There's 9 riders left at the top. It's Pedro Ferreira leading at the moment. A 2:01 is the time to beat, just ahead of Pablo Aguilar, Brendan Fairclough in 3rd, but it's Juanfer Velez who has set the bar with that qualifying time of a 1:57.76. So we are going to see these times coming down this afternoon, that's for sure. Fairclough in 3rd place at the moment. Flying all over the world last few months, filming heavily. Aguilar second at the moment.
Just touching these walls as they have to.
Oh, little tag on that finish line jump. Bang.
A lot of riders struggling with that last sprint. And you really need to save some energy for it, because otherwise you're not going to make it over that last finish jump.
But it's the hot chili that leads at the moment. Pedro Ferreira coming back from injury. Here he is. Let's hear from him now.
Pedro, you're again in the hot seat. Are you happy with your race run? Otra vez estás en el hot seat. ¿Estás contento con tu carrera?
Sí, estoy súper contento. Estuve enfermo antes de ayer del estómago y no he estado en mi 100% físicamente. Este es un circuito que predomina, yo creo, la mayor parte del físico. Pero bien, logré aguantar, lo di todo y feliz. Espero que me vaya bien.
Muy bien. He says 2 days ago he was a little sick from the stomach, but today he feels much better and he just gave it all, and right now he's in the hot seat and very happy about it, and he will just see how it plays out. ¿Y qué tan física es la carrera? Como muchos de los corredores están respirando muy fuerte cuando bajan, cuando llegan por la meta, ¿qué tan física es hoy?
Muy explosiva, yo creo que me atrevería a decir que es un poco más cansadora que Monserrate, una carrera de unos años anteriores, pero es la más física de todas maneras de toda la serie. Y eso, es muy física y hay que estar preparados.
Well, he says you have to be prepared for this race because it's so physical. Also, the height plays into the physicality of the track. And yeah, it's just really physical and you have to be prepared for it.
Well, sounding like he's been a bit under the weather as well. We know Tomas Slavik's been struggling with his stomach as well. The upcoming Tomas Slavik, there he is, all the riders left to go. Lavagnino will be the next. Before we finish with, well, not one, but 3 Colombians. Juanfer Velez, the last to drop today. And a very different urban street race this, in that the course wasn't built this morning. As I said, it's been built over the last 2 weeks. A lot more practice for these riders than usual. Bruno Lavagnino, the next then. 2:04. Thank you. Lavagnino. 9th in qualifying for him. On the Common Sal. On the full downhill bike. Couple of good pumps into this staircase then.
Yeah, nice and clean there. Lets it open. Keeps it open. And now on the pedals. On that one and only 30 spot on the track.
Quickly out of that right-hander there as well. Definitely into Gary's house and out of it.
Surprised there's no handlebar marks on that wall in the house yet.
Riders have been told they'll have to go back and paint anything that they do mark inside any of their properties.
Whoa.
He's up by nearly a second then. Wow, that's impressive.
That is
really
impressive. In only 39 seconds of riding time, he's already 1 full second faster. Maybe lost just a tiny little bit at the end. Oh, that was close.
So difficult to get out of Frida's house cleanly. The incredibly tight doorway you have to thread through. He's still up by 0.3, but the advantage is slipping.
And you could see it right there.
Yep, lost 0.6 in sector 2. Pedro Ferreira, the quickest through the key section, losing more time then.
Ooh,
so
quite
it's
a lot, actually.
Yep, I think it's going to be...
is that the fitness? A lack of fitness, I think
it's going to be red at split number 3 for this man now.
Or is he just saving it for the finish sprint?
It must be on some of these riders' minds. 1.2.
No, losing a lot.
But he went hard at the top. He pedalled out of every turn hard at the top. You know, we know this track's physical, 2,000 metres of altitude. Carrying good speed down through the narrow streets there, though. Cleanly over the 4th jump. 1 to go then. He's not going to threaten Pedro Ferreira.
Oui.
He goes close, though, you know. Second. Only 0.4 back at the end.
That is actually quite interesting how that worked out. He was starting really fast, then lost a lot of time in the middle. As I was wondering if he was maybe saving some energy for the finish sprint, and it almost looks like it, because as you can see here, started super fast, then lost it all the way to 1.2. He was in the back, but then almost caught it back on the finish sprint, and basically landed this finish line jump at the exact sweet spot.
Well, the next rider up is going to be Adrien Loron. And here he is.
Wild on the wide open sections and very careful on the tricky and technical ones, just to be sure to make my full runs, and having great times. I really chasing this top 5 since Valpo. I had a bit of bad luck and I did some wrong decisions in both Valpo and Medellin, so I hope this one's going to be the one for me.
Well, definitely the pace is there for Adrien Loron. A massive crash off a roof, actually off a ladder off a roof at round 1. Saw him hit the ground, and again at Medellin a few weeks ago, overcooking it on the first stairs. But he's all out, Loron, and he wants a top 5. He wants to win one of these things.
Ooh,
lines up in the air.
Sideways there.
I think he lined it up, you know, in the air. And he's good on it on the pedals as well.
He's definitely a strong pedaler. He's very, very fit. And there you can see how he sprints out of that corner.
Big fork on that bike, Claudio. Good through there as well, cleanly. Through Gary's house. Whoa, all down those stairs.
Yep, that is looking good. What's the first split going to tell us? I think it's going to be fast.
It's green by nearly a second there, 0.7 up. 34 kilometers an hour through the speed trap, the fastest we've seen as well.
And smartly sitting down for a couple of seconds. Oh, little struggle there.
Keeps it low on that first one, though. Into Frida's house now. Trying to get a pedaling on the way out, some of the riders.
Okay, that was very good there. Accelerating very good on this road. I think it's going to be...
half a second now.
Lost a tiny little bit in the section, 2.2 seconds.
Ferreira.
Now in the key section, lost a lot in there. What's going on?
0.7, look at that. So Ferreira tearing it up in the key section. Loron, though, look how hard he's pedaling. Ferreira was hurting on the bottom section, we know that. And this man is not, still sprinting absolutely everywhere. This is going to be interesting at split number 3. And he is fastest by nearly a second. 0.8 up then. So Loron turns it around on the pedals. And again he's pedaling. Look at this. Impressive from the Frenchman. Spends a lot of time in South America.
So, and I don't think he's going to lack any power on this finish sprint. He's going to lay it all out. He knows how to jump. He knows how to keep them low. One more sprint.
So finally, Adrien Loron gets to the bottom of a Cerro Abajo and goes fastest by nearly 2 seconds.
Holy moly.
The first man under the 2-minute mark today. Loron now leads. What a run that was.
He took an entire second of his time in this very last section.
A 1:59. Still a couple of seconds outside the fastest qualifier, but a great run.
From the last split where he was 0.8 seconds ahead to the finish line where he was 1.8 seconds ahead. Wow!
Yep. But he didn't stop turning the pedals, and another rider, you know, getting sent a little bit back on that finish line jump. Just tells you they're exhausted, Claudio. Riders are tired, of course they are. 2 minutes of all-out sprinting at altitude. 7 riders left to go now. Adrien Loron leads then. There's Tomas Slavik from Radlow in the Czech Republic. 3 times 4-cross world champion, the winner of round 1. And a man who does have a chance at lifting this first ever Red Bull Cerro Abajo title this afternoon. But it's going to be difficult because Velez, the man he needs to beat, is the fastest qualifier. far. As we go to the top for Felipe Agurto now from Chile. 22 years old. And a man we know is incredibly strong on the pedal, and he showed us that in Valparaiso, pulling so much time back. And he's on a bike that will suit the flatter parts of this course, on the short travel enduro bike.
He will have to go 3 seconds faster than his qualifying team if he wants his qualifying time, if he wants to take Adrien Loron's time, which is possible because they all have been saving it a little bit in the qualifier.
I wouldn't read too much into those qualifying times. Oh, a brave man on that short travel bike to hit those stairs as hard as that.
Oh, yes.
Up to the first split there, and nearly a second back for Agurto. But 36 kilometers an hour through that speed trap, so showing us that the pace is there on the pedals. You know, within a second, remember Loron on that big forked bike. This bike should perform as the track flattens off.
What's the next split telling us?
Gets another couple of pedals in there. He's bringing it back.
He's very close. He's catching up, and we know that in this next section here, Adrien was actually not that fast.
Yeah. And Agurto goes fastest in the key section. So he's taken it now to Adrien Loron, and look at him pedal as well. No let up, pedaling absolutely everywhere.
Now this light bike is gonna pay off. From here on down, it's a lot of pedaling.
Is it gonna be green at the last split?
Yes, it is green.
So nearly a quarter of a second now into the green then for Agurto. This is impressive.
Yes, but then we also know this is where Adrien accelerated. This is where he was 1 second faster than anyone else down here. Can Agurto do the same?
Carries good speed onto this last straight then. It's the drag race to the finish line now for Felipe Agurto.
Right spot to sit down now.
Over the last jump he comes, he goes fastest. Agurto now leads in Mexico, 0.76. Well, a 1:58 the time, coming ever closer down towards that qualifying time of Velez's. New leader in Guanajuato.
New leader on a light bike. You can see he started slow, was 0.7, almost 0.8 slower in the first part of the track, but then that got faster and faster and passed Adrien midway and extended the lead from there on. Even though he sat down on that finish sprint, which was quite surprising.
I mean, you know, when you're sprinting towards a finish line, you only sit down if you have no choice. If you've got nothing left, it's right, especially with that big jump coming, Claudio. Perhaps you need just to, I don't know, you don't want to hit that 2 weak leg, or you're going to end up in a lot of trouble. Okay, well, let's hear from the next rider then, Jackson Goldstone.
It's going to be just to go have fun and, race my hardest. I think you're going to have to try and make as much time up on the steep bits. I'm going to be riding my downhill bike, so a little bit slower on the uphills. So, yeah, just try and go as fast as I can.
19 years old, from Squamish in British Columbia, a man who can. The winner of Red Bull Hardline, first-year elite rider, just won the Australian and the New Zealand Nationals.
Jackson, Goldstone.
One of the fastest riders on the planet, and we know his qualifier was pretty mellow. What can Goldstone do in this final? His second ever street race. He was in Valparaiso a few years ago.
All right, I don't think we've seen anyone else taking that much speed through this first left-hand turn, but it will take a lot more here. There's a lot more to go, a lot of pedaling, that's for sure.
Onto the steep stairs he comes.
Get the speed of those stairs!
Jumping down there then. So it goes 35.5 coming under attack here. Goldstone, nearly 2 seconds up. This is what we expected then from this jump Canadian. One of the very fastest riders on the planet at the moment.
It doesn't happen often that you can see that the speed is so much faster, and those stairs, you could literally see how much faster it was.
Picks it up out of the second house. Rests a little bit there. I don't blame him for that. 101 for Agurto. 1.1 up, though, for Jackson Goldstone. And it's steep again. The downhill bike playing more into his hands here, into this key section. And Agurto pulling back 0.3 nearly in that key section.
And from now on, it's all pedaling. And can he do that on the downhill bike?
It's going to be hard, I think. When I commentated on this man at Hardline last year, it was the first time I'd commentated on him, and I was blown away by his corner speed. I'd never seen anything like it. 0.15 now.
Oh, it's getting very close here.
But that bike...
Gotta get all that horsepower out of his legs if he wants to take that win, because we know the leading man was on a light bike, on an easier pedaling bike.
Yeah. Last turn then. Scrubs hard over there.
Oh, that was nice. That was taking the max out of that jump.
Can Jackson Goldstone bring it home? It's got to be close. He goes fastest. 0.63 up for Jackson Goldstone. A 1:57.9.
Holy moly.
Great run from Jackson Goldstone.
And I would say that was also due to his perfect 2 jumps. He scrubbed them so much and landed them at the sweet spot, which gave him a little acceleration into that finish sprint. Wow! Amazing. I would not have expected him to actually make up time on that finish sprint on a downhill bike.
Well, that's the caliber of rider we're looking at here. What's he going to do this season? He could win everything the pace he's on. And not bad at street racing either, Jackson Goldstone. One of the most talented riders, if not the, and that's a big statement, the most talented rider ever to leave the junior ranks. That's how good this kid is. Look at that. With ease, Claudio, huh?
Yeah, I think he also takes the lead on the ranking of the best whip, because that wasn't just a whip to go sideways.
Just laying it out there over that finish line jump.
That was not just a whip to go sideways, it was also a whip to actually stay low and scrub it.
Exactly. 10 seconds then, pretty much covering the top 10 riders. Martin Bzra, we saw him limp off, actually back to his feet after a nasty crash. Jackson Goldstone, that 1:57.9, putting the pressure on the last 5 riders left at the top. 1:57.76, Velez's qualifying time. But Jackson Goldstone has took it to him then with that run. There's Ferreira.
We're currently in 3rd. See him coming up short on that last jump. Completely exhausted.
Adrien Loron, the Frenchman. Fine run from him. Whoa.
Did not come short. He had enough horsepower for that last sprint.
Okay, let's hear from the leader.
Your 2nd urban downhill race and you're in the hot seat. How do you manage to be so strong in all those different disciplines?
Yeah, I wouldn't call me strong here. That was a really, really hard race run. It tracks, 2 minutes, but you're pedaling pretty much the whole way down, and it's a lot different to a World Cup where you do less pedaling at a World Cup. So yeah, that's hard work, but yeah, stoked to be on the hot seat, and a few more fast guys to come. We'll see if it holds, but those guys are, they're really good at the stair races, so we'll see. I don't know, but I'm just happy to make it down and yeah, be alive.
And how difficult is it to adapt to like the different surface? We usually see you on dirt and the different environment here.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's a hard one to learn. You only have a certain amount of practice, which is hard, but it's still mountain biking, so I still know, I still know it, and yeah, that was cool.
Well, enjoy the rest of the show. Thanks, Jackson.
They certainly know who Jackson Goldstone is in Guanajuato. 5 riders left to go. Giovannini, Slavik, Holguin, Sanchez and Velez. Your 5 left at the top. 3 of them are Colombians. Wow, shaping up nicely.
Oh yeah. Qualifying time still not beaten though. We're getting very, very close to it.
Yeah, we are. You're right. One of these 5's going to take it down, I would think.
9, 8,
So, Gabriel Giovannini from Brazil then. Second fastest qualifier in Medellin. Another good qualifier here.
On the small bike.
Exactly, Claudio, on that. You can see that single crown fork. But look how fast he is on the flat sections.
And you can also see how the small bike accelerates out of the turns.
Yeah, and nimble in these tight little slow sections as well. Won't be quite as comfortable down this staircase though. Already at the bottom of it. Goldstone's 33.7. He's outside it by over a second then. 33 kilometers an hour through the speed trap.
It looks like he's not going to be a threat for Goldstone.
No, but remember, Goldstone on the downhill bike is beatable at the bottom of this track where it's flat, for sure. But you need to be close. 1.2 back, might not be enough. What is he at split? 0.62 now.
Back up.
They're pulling some time back, yeah. Whoa.
And what's he going to be in the key section?
Goes into fourth place, just
almost at the same pace as Goldstone, almost.
Almost, yeah. But you can see how hard he's pedaling here, carrying good speed down this section now. And this is where that short travel bike will score.
Yeah.
Next split. Oh, look at that. Oh, quarter of a second back now. So really riding his way back into this race then. It's a great run from this man.
Now that means everything's possible because those 0.2 seconds are definitely doable.
They are with this
finish sprint.
Squashes that one then.
Yeah.
Sprinting hard down to the line then. What's it going to be for Giovannini?
Oh, it's not going to be enough.
He goes outside, he goes third. 0.89 back. Well, it was a great run.
So Goldstone did do something special on that finish sprint, on those last two jumps, which is very surprising on the downhill bike.
Yeah. Well, what a way to enjoy it from a sitting room in Mexico, hopefully to your sitting rooms at home. It's not. I don't have any other races that actually go through two people's houses. You know what I mean? It's definitely a feature of these street races. So Goldstone from Agurto, from Giovannini. That's your top three at the moment. 4 riders left to go. And the next man is one of those really in for the overall title today, Tomas Slavik, 35 years old. The winner of round one in Valparaiso.
Is a little bit different than usually. I'm going to try to save as much energy as possible. We're racing in high altitude. For the last 7 days, I'm sick. I'm still focused on a first spot in the overall series. And yeah, let's have fun and let's see what it brings.
Let's see what it brings indeed. Needs to go as fast as he can. Needs to win and needs Juanfer Velez to finish 4th or lower. If Velez finishes top 3 today, there's nothing Tomas Slavik can do about it, but we know he'll go all in for this one run today. Turned up with the enduro bike again and actually said, I thought I was going to have no chance here, but actually the enduro bike might be good, really good. Unlike it was at Medellin, where I think it was basically impossible to perform on a short travel bike.
Here it actually is quite equal. Yeah, well, I wonder why the course is on hold.
Just building the tension for the last 4 riders. Everyone having a good time in the finish area. What's it like for a rider to be held in a gate? Not ideal, I would say, for Tomas Slavik. I wouldn't like it.
No, but I guess he's used to it. He's had a long career. It's not his first race.
Not his first rodeo. You're dead right there. And a very real chance for Slavik to take the overall title today. Of course, anything can happen in street racing. It looks like it's a repair perhaps being done on the course.
I think a jump got stolen.
Yeah, maybe. Looks like something just being repaired up there. Ollie Wilkins and the UK build crew have been here for a couple of weeks. Actually, Brendan Fairclough's brother as well, working on this track, Christian.
There we go.
Okay then, and there are the bottom of two of the most powerful legs in mountain biking. The thighs are only even bigger. Tomas Slavik then. What can he do here this afternoon? 4th in qualification, but he's going to save it for this. He's been sick all week, riding with an injury as well from those earlier rounds.
Very clean so far.
And on the short travel bike.
Ooh. Not accelerating ideally out of this right-hander.
Maybe not as clean as he'd have liked though, but quick around that right-hander.
Also surprisingly pushing big gears.
Oh, down on the tarmac.
Yeah, oh, this is looking good.
And now look at this pace. No one can sprint like him. 2.2 back for Slavik. 38 kilometers an hour through the speed trap, the fastest by far. So Slavik's going to need everything lightly up onto the wall there.
Now, usually I'd say he's definitely going to have it at the finish sprint, but we know he's been struggling with food poisoning or something last night.
But whenever this man turns the pedals, he will be taking time out of his rival. Oh, he goes down! Down he goes! Slavik goes down on the stairs.
And that with an incredible split. He was 2.4 seconds up.
Whoa. Risking it all.
Oh, no.
So Tomas Slavik crashing out of Bull Guanajato. Oh, look at the helmet. What an impact. He looks
just like his countrymen earlier in the race.
Well, a big crash for Tomas Slavik. And he's up, he is up to his feet. Well, thank goodness for that. What a warrior this man is. What a warrior all these riders are at these street races, Claudio.
Yeah.
There is no,
there's no room for error.
There is no room for error. There's nowhere soft to crash. You've got to risk it all. And that's why many of the world's best downers will never come to a street race. It's way out of their comfort zones. Slavik kicking us straight.
Like, you know, you put your pedal down in the wrong moment and it will hit some corner, and the same with the handlebar. If you just lean it in too far on one side and you're gonna hit. Let's see what happened here. Maybe we can get to see it. That was still further up. This is not where the crash happened.
Just sneaking around there.
Slightly off balance.
He went deep over the top.
No.
He went deep over the top. That is almost unwatchable. He went deep over the top there. Oh, wow. Disturbing to watch that horrendous looking crash.
Luckily, he's fit. He's a pack of muscles that could hold those bones together.
Well, here he is.
He's pedaling already again.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Well, it's amazing to see Tomas Slavik finishing this race run. And, of course, it does mean that Juanfer Velez is
gonna go for
oh, my
jumps.
God. Well, let's watch this.
Wow.
I can't believe it. Tomas Slavik, you savage. Squashes the last jump. And amazing. What an athlete. What a man. That's how Tomas Slavik finishes Red Bull Cerro Abajo. But it's Juanfer Velez that will take the title now. It's going to be a lap of honor for the Colombian. 3 riders left at the top, all of them Colombian. Listen to the crowd.
That's scary. You're right. Wow. I can't believe he still went for it.
Oh, why? That's why he's a 3-time world champion. That's what it takes. Oh.
Una lástima porque
he'll be back for more as well. Tomas Slavik will be back again next year, I guarantee it. Wow. There's Velez. There's your new series champion for the first time. The celebrations won't begin till he crosses the line, but a smile creeps across his face. Velez knows what he's done.
10, 9, 8,
Sebastian Holguin.
6,
So let's focus on the win of the day then, because the overall is already set.
Finished second in Medellin a few weeks ago, so we know the pace is there, and he fires it up right out of the gate. After seeing Slavik's crash, I can barely watch these riders now. So wild, this street racing.
Just the slightest wiggle could mean a big crash, as we've seen already twice today.
If you're offline on those stairs or go deep like Slavik did, there's so little traction, you're in big trouble. Inside line, onto the stairs then for Holguin, a bit more of a turn at the bottom. Goldstone's 33, still standing strong. And he's 0.6 out. And burying himself on the pedal. Just raced some World Cups. Actually had a third in the junior category in snowshoe a few years ago. Through the house he comes. Cleanly out, he's right. Oh my goodness me!
How did he?
He missed the ramp. He landed off the. He didn't touch the ramp. What? And he's what? Oh no! And he's 2.1 back, but he's alive, which is much more important.
Yeah.
I can't believe what we just saw there. He was so on the edge of that upper ramp. How did he get away with that? Insane riding.
And look, he was actually fastest through this key section as well.
Oh my goodness.
He's lighting it up.
I can't handle this.
What is going on here?
This is way too much. Blimey. Insane. He's going to be outside Goldstone's time. But less than a second. I don't believe it. Incredible riding then from Sebastian Holguin. Pedaling all the way down these stairs. This isn't over yet.
I don't know if it is actually fast pedaling down these stairs, but
that was fast.
Out soon.
That was insanely quick around that last right-hander then.
So he's got, is this gonna be enough?
Can he tackle Jackson's Goldstone's time? Here he comes. 1:57 goes by. He goes into fifth, losing time on that last straight then. 1.5 back. I want to see him come out of that house again.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna see him pretty quick.
That was insane.
That was literally riding the edge. Or even off the edge.
The next house was one of the wildest things I've ever seen. Let's hope we see it. Came in on a tight line onto that staircase. Oh, look what the bike is going through down there. And
there we go.
Right onto the very edge of this top one, and then
there were a couple of inches left, and then off the.
It's not Rampage. What? Did he catch a wheel on that bottom ramp, mate? That was unbelievable. That was unbelievable. And to still be in touch on the clock. Wow. One Colombian down, 2 to go.
Desde la mitad al de la carretera. Caí, toqué solo la punta en la.
He's just explaining how he missed that ramp up there.
We can't understand what he's saying, but his facial expressions say it all. Jackson Goldstone leads, 2 to go then. In Red Bull, Cerro Abajo, Guanajuato in Mexico. And they are both going to be wild runs. Camilo Sanchez, Paquito as he's known, second in qualifying. And when it comes to steep stairs, there's few faster. 3 seconds up and split, one in Valparaiso. On the short travel bike here.
And look how he is pinning it on it.
And he is absolutely risking it all here. Attacking.
He wants that win. He wants it. He was close to it in Medellin. Crashed out.
He did. Still came in 12th, fourth at round one. Maybe a little aggressive into that turn there. Stalled in the corner a little bit. But look at the pace of it.
Can almost not watch it.
He's on an enduro.
Fast.
He's on an enduro bike. You shouldn't be going that quick. He's up by nearly a second. Wow. Look at this from Camilo Sanchez. This is insane. On that bike, this is insane. insane. This is insanity to ride those stairs like that.
Those last two riders are, oh, this was a little slow out of that house, but then the exit was super fast. I think he's gonna extend that lead.
0.1, he is it!
2 seconds!
Over 2 seconds now then. Look at this from Sanchez, the Colombian. The altitude will bother these riders less from Manizales in Colombia.
Losing a little bit in the key section,
but not much.
Not
quicker. No, not to Goldstone.
Either, yes,
exactly.
Not to Goldstone. Now, sorry.
No, you go, Claudia. It's so exciting to watch these guys sprinting on the flyer, doing nothing wrong. Nearly 3 seconds now then for Camilo Sanchez. Can he win one of these things? The last round.
This is going to be a proper threat to Velez. And this is going to be the comparison between the enduro bike and the downhill bike.
One in Montserrat come last year. Oh, over the last jump then he's going to go fastest course he is. It's an incredible run from Camilo Sanchez. Sanchez lifts the bar 1:55, 2.2 into the green. That, ladies and gentlemen, is absolutely ridiculous. That is ridiculous. They're treating it like a winning run, and it might be. There's only one man left at the top now. How do you do that on an enduro bike?
Wow.
Bonkers.
That was all in, I would say.
A bonkers run. Wow.
That was taking full risk on all the stairs and full power in all the pedal sections. Well done. Is it going to be enough, though? See, here on the first stair section, not hesitating at all. Corner speed, insane.
Wow. What a race. What a final round of Red Bull Cerro Abajo this.
What amazes me, though, is on the finish sprint, he was not actually faster than Goldstone. He actually lost a little bit of time to Goldstone.
But look at the effort he put in up further up, I guess.
Yeah.
It's got to take its toll, maybe. At this altitude, I know the Colombians perhaps more used to it, more conditioned for the thin air, the rarefied air. Look how quick he went down there. It's insane. Wow. Both wheels sliding on those stairs, and he just holds it wide open. Look.
Taking so much risk on those stairs with the big bike, with the small bike, with the light bike.
The South Americans own the streets in these urban downhills. Sanchez leads. One rider then can deny him the win here today.
Sería increíble ganar, ya que venimos con dos carreras muy bien hechas, entonces pues creo que no va a estar fácil, pero ganar sería lo mejor del mundo, ya que ganar un evento Red Bull es increíble.
Juanfer Velez, the fastest qualifier at every single stop of this Red Bull Cerro Abajo series, finds himself the last man at the top of the game.
He has the overall title already in the bag.
He does.
So he can just put a bit of sugar on the cake.
He is going to go all out for the win. The winner of round one. Second of round one in Valparaiso, the winner of Medellin a few weeks ago. Oh my God! It's like it's sped up around there. On a downhill bike, big travel, lost a bit of time. He's blown his front tyre. Yeah. He's knocked his front tyre off the rim.
Oh no.
He has knocked his front tyre off the rim. All the air's come out. Well, yes, Camilo Sanchez, not how he wanted to win. And I would say perhaps a little bit of an anticlimax, but not after the race we've just had. He just pushed it into the curb there, and it's just knocked it off the rim there, and well, you can see the sealant, it's cleanly off the rim. And Velez is going to try and put it back on now and get to the bottom somehow. Wow. What a race. The drama.
Yeah, Camilo wanted to beat him proper and not with a mechanical. He doesn't seem to be happy with that win. But he did put down the effort. He did put down the performance. He should not be disappointed, that's for sure. Here we can see what happened.
Yeah. And these tyres, you know, they're not meant to be loaded from the side, and he just punches it and it literally knocks it off the rim there. Boom!
You could see how it happened, slamming that front wheel into the wall.
And all the pressure out in seconds. Well, this isn't how we wanted to see the series champion get down, but this is the slowest lap of honour in history. You can enjoy it. And Camilo Sanchez has won here in Mexico. Red Bull, Cerro Abajo, Guanajuato. An amazing ride. Oh, so good. I think the thing I've almost enjoyed the most about this series is, you know, we don't know so much about these South American riders because they don't race in a lot of the series we normally cover. But to see them, how they ride these streets and how important it is to them, you know, this is their World Championship. It's amazing, isn't it?
It is their World Cup, I'd say.
Yeah, that's right. Amazing to see. Look what it means to them. Amazing scenes. What a race that was, huh? I think it's going to be a wild night in Mexico, judging by this, don't you? Don't drop him.
He seems too heavy, eh?
he looks terrified. I don't blame him.
Put that helmet back
on. Somebody stop him. Amazing.
No se vayan, que viene la premiación todavía. Vamos a premiar el ganador de hoy y el ganador de
There we see him again, keeping those brakes open on those first stairs. That is a sketchy thing to do with the small bike. An incredible cornering speed.
He took massive risks today, and it paid off. And you can see how hard the riders are pushing just by the massive accidents we've seen today as well. Thankfully, everyone did manage to get to their feet.
The style of his pants might be a bit questionable, but maybe he can improve that for next year.
Okay, well, we're going to hear from our winner now. Here's Camilo Sanchez. What some style to do it in as well.
Camilo, you had a crash in Medellin, but now you won. Just how sweet does this victory taste? Te caíste en Medellin, pero ahora ganaste. ¿Qué feliz estás con la victoria hoy?
Bueno, la verdad, creo que es un logro más para mí, ni siquiera tanto por el resultado, sino como algo más personal, de que he estado fallando en la cabeza, que sé que puedo ir rápido y que puedo darlo todo, pero muchas veces las ganas de ganar no me dejaban. Ahora preferí disfrutarlo, intentar mejorar. Fin de cuentas el resultado es lo de menos y pues obviamente sí estoy contento, pero pues muy aburrido de que mi amigo Juan se haya pinchado.
Well, he says he's very happy with his result today, but he's also feeling a little bit for his good friend Juanfer, who had a flat. But still, yeah, he would have liked also, of course, to have a good result in Medellin, but he's still happy with his result here today. ¿Y crees que tuviste un poco una desventaja porque estás acostumbrado a la altura?
A la altura, bueno, sí, que Manizales, la montaña siempre es muy alto, como 2.500 todo el tiempo y lo más alto 4.100. Y antes de venir para acá incluso entrené más en altura que en mi ciudad. Y bueno, y si funcionó, la verdad me esfuerzo para poder estar acá y dar lo mejor de mí.
He says he's a little bit more used to the altitude than other riders, as Manizales, the hometown of his, is also very high up, and he trained there, and he's just happy that he has such a good result today and he functioned. Y entonces fiesta esta noche.
Bueno, disfrutarlo y no perder el enfoque, que es lo más importante ahora en la Copa del Mundo.
Muchísimas gracias, Camilo. Well, he will definitely enjoy his win and then just go forward, and he hopes for more good results.
More results definitely coming up, man. An incredible rider. Him and Velez have, they're something special, aren't they? A brilliant win for Camilo Sanchez.
They did already celebrate him as a winner when he came down, not knowing what was going to happen with Velez later on.
Yeah, a little bit. But you know, that massive crash he had in Medellin a few weeks ago, showing us just how bad he wants it, right? I mean,
well, we did see in the whole series, we saw quite a lot of big crashes, eh?
Yeah, I think we did, yeah. As you said, though, you know, precision's the name of the game in street racing.
It's also commitment, you know? Like,
it's also stairs with no grip on.
Yeah.
You're entering at about 45 miles an hour. I mean, it's pretty wild, right?
And it's almost impossible to stay super precise on those stairs because they're just gonna throw you left and right with no traction when your tire just vibrates.
That's right, and there are the results then. Camilo Sanchez by over 2 seconds to Jackson Goldstone, a massive winning margin. Agurto comes in third. Brazilian Gabriel Giovannini there in fourth, and Loron from France, well, finally getting a score on the board with that fine fifth place. Slavik with that massive crash, Martin Bzra as well, and then Juanfer Velez, the title taker today, the series winner, knocking that tyre off in that turn at the top of the track. That race had it all. That race had everything. It was insane.
Yeah.
Bonkers. And everyone is going to have a good time long into the evening, I think, at this one. Mexico knows how to celebrate.
I was just going to say, is he alone up there? But then someone shows up.
Agurto, third place for Felipe Agurto.
So on the top three, we have 2 small bikes, 1 big bike.
Yeah.
Shows you that this race was equal for both kind of bikes. Jackson Goldstone in second in his debut of...
That's the first time he's been beaten, actually, in a long time. I think since Hardline.
Debut then.
Since Hardline last year, I believe. Different kettle of fish today, though, the street racing. And fantastic to see Goldstone actually taking part. But Camilo Sanchez, Paquito, delivers. And what we've seen in this series so far, the speed has been there. And the day he got to the bottom and took the win, risking everything on that short travel enduro bike on. Look at the pace of him down there. That is ridiculous.
That is commitment in there.
A big lump of concrete on the right. I mean, holy Toledo if that goes wrong at those speeds. Wow. Yeah. Amazing race. So stay with us. We're going to see these riders presented with the trophies now.
Por favor, pasa el podio, Felipe.
Not yet used to which side he has to go on the podium. If he keeps on riding like that, he'll get used to that very soon.
Felipe Agurto, third place today.
And this man probably won't have to choose sides of the podium because he's just gonna be standing in the center.
Congratulations to the Canadian Jackson Goldstone.
Y por fin se logró. Camilo Sanchez desde Colombia, primer lugar.
But it's Colombia on top. Paquito wins here in Mexico.
Bull Guanajato Cerro Abajo. Estuvo bueno el show. Okay. Un aplauso por favor para los riders.
Risked absolutely everything. Leaves with the biggest prize today. What a rider Camilo Sanchez is.
Ahora sí, prepárense para la champaña.
Venga, venga, venga.
Oh.
Un aplauso otra vez para los 3 ganadores del día de hoy.
Great atmosphere at these street races as well.
Venga, venga, el aplauso fuerte, por favor.
Jackson,
ahí, más juntitos, todos arriba.
Bien, bro.
So, well, for some riders, this is the end of the season.
Yeah.
For others, this is the start of the season.
You're right there. And I'm looking forward to this series again next year. Hopefully you're going to get a few more rounds in there, expand it. There's so many of these street races in South America. And this is Camilo Sanchez's winning run. Look at this. Look at the pace of him down them stairs.
Scary to look at it too close. With the risk they are taking on those stairs with the small bike, but look at how he was sprinting out of these turns.
Yeah, the energy of the man. Oh my goodness me. I mean, look how hard he can pedal. He's the complete package. He can do it all. He can sprint, he can ride the bike. And actually, as the course got further down and loses gradient, that bike, that short travel bike, coming more and more into its own.
This is the spot where Slavik crashed.
Wow.
And you can see how much risk he took there. He wasn't perfect. He had some slow moments in there, but he always accelerated back out of it.
I mean, watching this replay, he doesn't stop pedaling anywhere. Look, like the pedals, it's insane. The Colombians would have a slight advantage. Definitely more used to the altitude. Definitely more conditioned to it. And look at it, trying to time it down there. Almost impossible.
Almost impossible, yeah. You couldn't really see anyone making much sense out of that stair section. But then what's surprising to me is, like, from here on down is where Jackson Goldstone was actually faster than him on the downhill bike. Towards this last jump.
That's incredible. He won't forget that in a hurry. What a run. He definitely knew how good it was when he crossed the line.
But he did not know if it was good enough to beat Velez. Soon later he knew, though, when Velez blew his front tire on the second turn.
Definitely. Okay, well, let's hear from the man in second place today. Here's Jackson Goldstone.
¿Esa playera de quién es? Me la dieron. ¿De ti? ¡Vamos, Gaby! ¿Quién te la dio? A la casa, papá.
Jackson, second urban race, second place. Just how happy are you with your result today?
Yeah, I'm so stoked with that result today. These guys here who have raced the whole series, they're so fast. They practice on the stairs a lot, and yeah, I was able to pull some energy from qualifying and take a few seconds off my time, which I'm so stoked. It's a bummer for Thomas and some of the other mechanicals, and yeah, that was a crazy race, as all urban races are. So yeah, so happy to be on the podium.
And tell us, how much did you like the atmosphere here?
Yeah, the atmosphere here is crazy. There's people screaming at me from every direction, and it's so cool going down the track. Just everybody's so happy and yelling so loud. It's super sick.
And what is next for you?
Yeah, so I'm gonna spend a few more days here, and then going back home for some more training. But yeah, so stoked to be here.
So, little party tonight to celebrate your result?
Yeah, we'll definitely get a good dinner and have a celebration for sure.
Have a nice evening. Enjoy. Thank you, Jackson.
A man you're going to see a lot more of. Jackson Goldstone, first-year elite, going to be interesting to see just what he does. And there it is in the overall standings then. So Tomas Slavik slipping back to 3rd overall. Camilo Sanchez moving up to take 2nd overall. Lucas Borba, 4th place for him. The 2 Brazilians there, 4th and 5th. But look at that. Colombia 1 and 2 in the overall. Jackson Goldstone with that result, actually beating Pedro Ferreira in the overall. That's pretty mad.
And even ahead of Adrien Loron.
Yeah, who raced the entire series, yeah. Good to see Loron get some points on the board today after crashing out of the first 2 rounds. Some shots from earlier in the series. Valparaiso at round 1.
This is Medellin in the 2nd round with those gnarly stairs.
Unforgettable scenes actually down that staircase. Look at it, like a natural auditorium. People hanging out of every gap they can to watch this street racing go down. And then here, finally, in Mexico. And it wasn't Velez's day today, knocking that tyre off there. No coming back from that.
He didn't need that win, though, to take the overall.
Okay, well, I think we're going to hear from Tomas Slavik now. Here he is.
Tomas, first of all, are you okay?
Yes, still standing here, having through a few scratches on my body, but it seems like I made it down, and I feel not quite all right. But it was a crazy ending of the series. It's definitely Cerro Abajo series made me a stronger person this year, and lost my voice too.
Can you tell us what happened? Why did you crash?
Yeah, I thought until that time that I'm on a pretty good run. In the key section, I was hitting it really fast, but I was used to from trainings to hit it that fast. But unlucky, after like 10 meters, my front bar just locked, and I went full speed over the bar. So it was a shame, because I felt like in the bottom part of the track, I can really bring those horsepowers in me, like really work, and I could be really fast. And I'm a little bit disappointed, to be honest, because even though I didn't feel good before the race, I felt like I can do it. So it's a shame, but it was amazing challenge in between those Colombian guys. A lot of crazy moments during this race, and really enjoyed that.
And you didn't always have the best of luck in this series. Will we see you back next year stronger?
For sure. I got, as you can see, a 3rd overall, so I got some unfinished business in here. So you're definitely going to see me next year.
Looking forward to this. Thank you, Tomas.
I wouldn't be surprised if him and Adrien Loron don't get a flight straight back to Barcelona, where they know there's loads of stairs, and they start training, because they were actually on it from about October last year. You know, that's how much it means to Slavik to win this series. 3rd overall, not bad. Injured at round 1. I mean, you know, he will be back. He will be back.
And as you saw, there's already a couple of grey hair on him, so he's got to hurry if he wants to take that.
Well, in all seriousness, it's not going to get any easier, is it? Because, you know, you can see these South American riders kind of growing in confidence, starting to believe they can beat the world's best. I mean, you know,
well, they are the world's best in this in this discipline.
That's right. Absolute respect to them. Absolute respect to them. Camilo Sanchez just beat Jackson Goldstone. I know this isn't Jackson Goldstone's backyard, but, you know, that shows you the level of these riders. All respect to Jackson Goldstone, but it shows just how good they are at street racing. Yeah. And the venues are so spectacular, Claudio, aren't they?
This is a spectacular town, eh? We need to visit that one.
We're working on it. Just waiting for the overall awards now. A beautiful afternoon in Guanajuato, in Mexico.
You still don't have it, eh?
Go on, tell me. I've got another year now to practice.
Yeah, true.
Guanajuato.
I'll give you some lessons.
But yeah, I need them, I admit it. chaos in the finish area, of course. Riders there signing for the fans. Look at this. But I would say, Claudio, that's been, I don't know, it delivered much more than I ever thought it would, this Urban Downhill Series. You know what I mean? Like, to see just how deep, how much risk these, especially these, you know, the South Americans will take to win these it's quite eye-opening.
Well, the thing is, it wasn't just the locals taking that risk.
Well, no, you're right
see.
there. That's right.
Slavik took that risk too, and
Loron
paid
first
for it.
too as well. That's right. If you want to win one of these things, then there is no avoiding the fact that it carries extreme high risk.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, you know, we probably won't get the very top downhillers in the world. It's just
well, there was one of them here.
It
did well.
Yeah.
But yes, it is surprising that he actually did take that much risk.
Yeah.
Maybe it didn't feel that risky to him.
Maybe you're right with the skills he's got. No atmosphere like it. So thanks for sticking with us. We're just waiting for the riders to emerge from the chaos of the finish area there to be handed the overall trophies for the top three. Beautiful city, a World UNESCO Heritage Site, actually. Do you know what Guanajuato is famous for?
No idea.
Mining, gold and silver.
All right, you would know.
Gold digging, am I? Plenty of Camilo Sanchez's Paquito fans around the venue. I don't think the finish area is going to quieten down for quite a while. But, you know, real commitment as well. I know Slavik, like we just heard from him, didn't win the series. That's what he set out to do. But, you know, he's like back and forth from Europe to these races. You know, it's a lot. The travel, the training, it's huge for him.
But you know what? I just realized he's going to be annoyed even more because now with Velez not finishing the race,
yes,
he could have taken the overall if he didn't crash.
Chile, you had a crash in Colombia, and you finally put a good race run down. Just how happy are you with that?
Oh, it's such a relief, to be honest. I was really frustrated about those two races, and today was really one of the biggest challenges I ever had to face, just because it was mental. I had to do it right, and I wanted to do it fast also, so I'm really happy to come with a full lap finally.
And this was a really difficult track. Just how hard is it to be here in the finish area, see so many riders crash, like, for example, also your good friend Tomas Slavik?
It's always really stressful. It feels like we live the race of everyone, you know, like you never relax till it's done. So once again, really happy to see everyone is safe and we had a good time. The track is a new venue and it was amazing. People were amazing, so really happy about this series.
And I mean, this year has only begun. What is next for you, Adrien?
I'm coming back to France now, to Les Alpes, and I'm going to start to build tracks there. I'm working on the bike park, and there is more events coming, like Crankworks and Mountain of Hell. So yeah, just a different daily routine for me for a while, and then I come back to different events again. But it feels really great to be done with this series and safe.
Will we see you back next year at the Red Bull Cerro Abajo?
Oh, of course, you're going to see me again.
I'm really looking forward to that. Thanks, Adrien.
There's a man who can't wait for the carnage of the Street Race Series to start all over again. And that is actually the racetrack there we're looking at. Thank you very much to the family for letting everyone race through their front room this afternoon.
Did you enjoy enjoy the atmosphere of this event here?
Yes, I'm super stoked to be here. It's been a great event. I'm a bit sad that I couldn't compete, but either way, I'm here to cheer on everybody and give a special trophy to someone.
Oh, okay. Can you give a little spoiler for who it is?
Yeah, so this is the winning of the whole series of Cerro Abajo. It's for Juanfer Velez. Yeah, I'm stoked to be giving this to him, and as soon as he comes down, because I don't know where he is.
Let's see. I hope we find him. Thanks.
We're all waiting for him. There's Johnny Salido, the man who behind the free ride Fiesta. Free ride event in Mexico, actually, and we're going to be seeing him in Red Bull Hardline this year, a bit later on in the year. Is it July the 15th and 16th, I believe? You'll be able to tune in and watch that as well. He's one of the riders who'll be dropping into a track even more gnarly, I'm going to say, than any of these street race tracks. It's another level of wild. But the way that the people ride these tracks, yeah, they're comparable.
Again, we see the overall winner here going through that turn where he blew his front tire off the rim with one unprecise move there.
Yeah,
boom.
Bad luck really that. I mean, you could do that 1,000 times and that might not happen, to be honest, especially with the pressures they run in today.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's hear then from the series winner, Juanfer Velez.
Juanfer, you are you happy with your race run today? You couldn't finish, but you're still the first champion of Red Bull Cerro Abajo. Does this give you a little consolation? No pudiste terminar tu carrera hoy, pero eres el primer campeón de Red Bull Cerro Abajo. ¿Estás feliz todavía con eso?
Pues sí, un poco. La verdad, pues quería terminar bien, pero bueno, estoy sano y salvo, estoy bien. La verdad, estoy contento, pues un poco. Pero bueno, vienen muchas más carreras y vamos a poder demostrar en otras carreras.
Well, as you can see, I'm here with a very disappointed Juanfer Velez. He is happy. He is the first champion of Red Bull Cerro Abajo, but he wanted to end this series in a different way. He's happy that he is healthy, but still you can see the disappointment on his face. Pero estás feliz para tu compañero Camilo Sanchez.
Sí, Paquito se lo merecía, la verdad que llevaba mucho buscando ese triunfo y bueno, pues todo pasa por algo, la verdad Paco se lo merece y estoy muy feliz por él, la verdad.
He says he's very happy for Camilo Sanchez, who has had a first place here today, and he really deserves it, and he is very, very happy for him. Y ahora pareces muy decepcionado, pero vas a celebrar un poco esta noche.
No quiero salir, la verdad.
Okay.
No.
Estamos para recibir.
Well, he doesn't have any more words. He's just disappointed how his race run went. He doesn't want to even celebrate tonight, but I hope he comes back stronger next year.
Oh, well, I really feel for him, actually. Like,
yeah.
He's just turned away there in tears. You know, to win the series is one thing, but he definitely wanted to do it with a win today. And, of course, as fast as qualifier, Claudio, it was on the cards, right? It was totally on the cards for him.
Absolutely. Well, this just shows you how much these wins
and also
mean for them.
Exactly, and also, you know, as we look at him there, they realise these riders, these South American riders, it's going to be almost a year before they get to be kind of the superstars at this level again on these races. Do you know what I mean? Like, they only really exist in South America at this level.
It's almost hard to understand how much it means to them.
I agree with you. That's right. I don't think we can comprehend it. That's right. The world's best go to South America and they get beaten. And it's amazing to see. So Tomas Slavik.
The medal is too heavy.
It is.
It hurts too much.
It might do after the crash he had. Oh. Never has a trophy felt heavier than that one for Tomas Slavik today. Paquito, Camilo Sanchez, the winner of of the race today, taking second overall in the series. Let's hope Juanfer Velez can raise a smile for the overall trophy.
Yeah. Why is this bottle already open?
They've been waiting for him for quite a while. And here he is then, the series champion of Red Bull Cerro Abajo. Juanfer Velez from Colombia takes the title and manages a smile, putting the disappointment behind him of this race today. And proud he should be. The fastest qualifier at each of these 3 street races this year.
So they don't actually get crowned, they're belted.
Yeah, I like it. They're prize fighters like boxers at this game.
Is it like the rainbow stripes? They then need to ride with the belt.
Excuse me?
Is it like the rainbow stripes when you're a world champion? You need to then ride with it.
Maybe. I think that'll slow you down a bit. Oh, Slavik definitely getting the whole shot on the champagne there.
They all cheated.
There's your top 3 then for this Red Bull Cerro Abajo series. Okay, well, there's plenty to look back at this one. Join me and Claudia and Windmasters in a few moments. We'll look back at this race after this break. See you there.
It's always a struggle out here. There's a big crowd. You've thought about this contest the whole life.
The bike events everyone talks about.
I'm going for podium for sure.
It's more than just watching any championships.
Let's go! Oh, and he stops it! Oh my gosh!
It's about progression, style, spirit, and community.
I don't know if I have to go as fast as I can or if I have to look like I'm fast.
And fast is fun.
360! Bar spin, top tower!
Here we go, we're off.
An incredible ride! Oh, mother!
That was a good one.
Bike on Red Bull TV.
Welcome to the video. This is Erik Fairclough, and this is Emil Johansson.
Oh, I've heard about this.
We follow them as they go to different competitions, check out radical bike spots, and lay down dope bangers.
Great.
Some people think that Emil is an alien.
Sounds like being an alien is pretty good.
Holy shit. We hope you enjoy.
Raising the Bar. Now available on Red Bull TV.
If you want to get to the top, you have to dig deep.
Pull the dirt down, shovel the dirt over, pull some more dirt down. Bingo, bango, bongo.
A story of dedication, teamwork, and friendship. Steps to the top. Now available on Red Bull TV. When you have found your passion, time and space seem endless. A cinematic journey from lush coastal jungles to otherworldly landscapes. Join Brandon Semenuk, Emil Johansson, and friends in an extraordinary adventure. Return to Earth. Now available on Red Bull TV.
Well, welcome back then to Red Bull Cerro Abajo. We just had the finals in Guanajuato in Mexico, and it was Camilo Sanchez, that man there, that took the win in some style as well. Claudio, we knew the pace was there for Camilo Sanchez. We saw it really at the first round in Valparaiso when he went 3 seconds quicker than anyone at the end of that big first stair, the Bagacha stairs. I mean, he was in a different pace. And then in Medellin, we know how fast he was going, but that massive crash. But the rest of his run was on pace. I mean, to me, it's amazing to see him finally take a win. And there's a few riders that could have done, but Sanchez pulled it off.
Yeah, he definitely deserves it. I mean, with what we've seen in the first 2 races from him, it was only a matter of time. And today he kept it together, didn't crash, unlike others, so he totally deserves it.
I mean, the race was absolutely bonkers, wasn't it? But you know, Camilo Sanchez, like I said, he was up 3 seconds in Valparaiso, really at the first split. He lost it on the pedalling on the way down. That didn't happen today, did it? The energy that he had was insane.
Today he was ready for the pedaling, chose the small bike, and that was the good choice for him. And yeah, absolutely, there was absolutely no lack of energy in any pedal stroke from him.
No. Pedaled on,
accelerated like crazy out of each turn. Not that he had to, because he was also carrying good speed.
And risked everything on these stairs on that short travel bike. I mean, look at the speed of him down there. It was wild to see.
It was wild. It was taking all the risk and putting all the efforts in, and it paid off.
Yeah, there was absolutely, everything was absolutely wild about that run. Win's with us again, Win. What you got for us? What are we going to have a look at here then with Camilo?
It was great to see him finally get the win, and it all paid off in the end. We just have to appreciate, again, some Colombian stair specialty. Like, between him and Juanfer, they are the best riders on the stairs. And the speed that he came in here, even Brendan Fairclough's brother was ducking for cover.
Wow, well spotted.
On the side of the track.
I tell you what, I don't blame him, but this shot here at full speed was nuts, right?
He was completely on the limit. He entered at the top here. He entered on the inside, and he just came in. He pre-hopped from back.
Pre-hopped while the handlebars are still turned to get around that post.
And through that corner was just ridiculous. He hopped off there, got the timing perfect, and straight into that next section. Around that box at the same time, so it was like,
I know. I mean, look at the risk. Win the speed he's going in there, and like you say, that doorstep or whatever it is, it's concrete. That's really all we need to know.
Yeah.
Like, look where he. I mean, yeah, it takes a special breed to win a street race, and Sanchez is that, right?
He put it all on the line, and it actually paid off now. So it was great to see it pay off for him. And, he deserves it.
That's right. The last round of this series. Are you going to be going back to the street races after what you've seen today?
I don't think I can compete with these guys, Rob, but I do enjoy the atmosphere.
It's incredible, absolutely incredible. It was Jackson Goldstone's second street race, really. It was in Valparaiso. You said a few years ago it was when he was really young, right? So limited experience. I don't know how hard he pushed today. What do you think? I mean, he's got a bigger kind of season coming his way this year, but impressive. 2.2 off, though. Big gap.
Yeah, it is a big gap, but then again, what surprised me most was that he was actually faster on that finish sprint on the downhill bike. I said it a couple of times already, but it's really, it shows what shape he's in and that he's ready for the bigger season coming up.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, he has been unstoppable at Red Bull Hardline, winning that. Still actually as a junior, really, last year, riding that junior category, the junior overall World Cup winner. I mean, you know, and there's him and Jordan Williams as well, the other junior coming up. They're going to do big things in Elite this year, as they already are. And look at the style of Jackson Goldstone. It's insane. Amazing. Of course, so while Jackson Goldstone had a great day, I think it's fair to say Tomas Slavik didn't. He was going for the title, but, well, fair play to him for putting everything into his race run. I mean, he risked it all. He was going for that title today. He knew it wasn't over till he crossed the line. Didn't work out, Claudio.
He was attacking just as hard as the winner.
Oh, I can't watch that.
This is how it can go wrong.
Oh, and he was green, like you said. Look at the split, 1.2 up at that time.
It would have been a very, very, very fast time. I'm amazed he still went on and
jumped
the last two jumps.
Loco, win. What are you going to tell us about this?
Well,
what went wrong?
Thomas came in very hot, and he entered from the wide line, unlike Camilo, so he was quite committed coming in. He was under the brakes a little bit, and he went in just hot.
Yeah.
He takes off from back there.
Oh, he has. He's pre-jumped in then.
Yeah, he's pre-jumped, but not quite as much as Camilo did. And he went long, so he's like, he wanted to land somewhere here.
Yeah.
And he's gone right past that.
Landed deep.
And he's gone right to the flat. He was a little bit off balance as well, so his bars turned straight away. And then that was really all she wrote from there. But I have to say, he must be built out of some strong Czech steel, because he got up from there and kept going.
And remember in Valparaiso, was it 2018 as well? He had a crash just like that, where he was laid out on the concrete again. Wow.
But it shows he's not scared to put it all on the line as well, so he can actually compete with these Colombians. Like, you have to be prepared to ride like that to be able to compete against those guys.
Yeah, he knows what it takes. I mean, he's 35 years old. He's a three-time world champion. You could argue he doesn't really need to be doing it, but he loves the street racing and he is an animal. He wants to win so badly. I'm pretty sure he wakes up every morning and drinks a pint of concrete for breakfast. Well, let's talk about Juanfer Velez, though, who did take the title. I mean, you know, fastest qualifier at each race as well this year. Juanfer Velez has delivered. Very, very disappointed about today's result. But, you know, what can he do, Claudio? He didn't do a lot wrong up there, did he?
Yeah, but as you said it earlier, you know, these riders have 3 important races all year long, and this was the 3rd one. And here you can see what happened. Again, riding the very outside here, slamming that front wheel into that little curb, and that was enough to blow the tire off the rim.
Yeah.
And you could say he just won the overall, so just be happy with that. But obviously for him, today was the day to take another win, and he's extremely disappointed for not taking it.
Shows just how good he was at the other races, though, to come in and, you know, take that title. 24 points in the end, back to Camilo Sanchez. Tomas Slavik ended up, like you say, back in 3rd, but yeah. Velez, I can't wait to see what he's going to do in this street race series next year. It's going to be insane. And it showed, really, to me and you, when we were watching this post-race interview, we couldn't believe it. He was crying. He just won the overall title, but he was absolutely gutted, completely devastated not to win that race today, quite frankly. I mean, yeah, it says it all, doesn't it?
I think it'll sink in later on that he did win the overall, and yeah, he's got a lot more coming in the future. He's young, so...
Yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed that race today, and I thoroughly enjoyed the street race series. It's been absolutely out there. It is crazy. Well, the racing might have finished in Mexico, but it is still very much going on in New Zealand, and it's the big one. The Crankworx Slopestyle is taking place tonight. You can stay up late and watch it if you want. It's going to be, I think, around 3 a.m. Central European time. So you might want to keep an eye on that. You're going to be watching it, Claudio? Are we going to stay up for that one?
You said we're going to go party.
I did, didn't I? But I'll be watching that one on Red Bull TV. And also there's another battle you can get involved in. Oh. So here comes the... let's have a look at this.
I don't know what you're thinking leaving this beautiful country. We still have Slopestyle coming up live on Red Bull TV here from Rotorua, New Zealand.
Well, thank you, Cam. He's got more energy than we have after that, after the afternoon we've just had, that's for sure. And also, you might want to we've had a massive battle in Mexico, and there's another battle that you can get involved in. This one, though, is verbal. Check this out.
Hey, ¿qué tal? Mi nombre es Joey y el día de hoy les voy a enseñar cómo usar la app de Red Bull Batalla. Es bastante fácil, así que vengan conmigo. El primer paso es muy simple, solo necesitas descargarla. Este es el logo. Está disponible para sistema Android y sistema iOS. Y no, Rey, guarda eso porque no necesitas dinero. La app es totalmente gratuita. Hey, recuerda que tienes del 1 al 31 de marzo para mandar tu video, o sea que tienes todo el mes, pero te recomiendo hacerlo de una vez para que no se te pase. Algo de lo que más me gusta de la app es que la puedes usar para practicar. Puedes escoger el beat, la dificultad, e inclusive rapear contra otra persona en tiempo real. También puedes ver los videos de otros MCs y hasta hay un calendario de los eventos de Red Bull para que no te pierdas ninguno, así que ve descargando ahora mismo. Todo empieza con un video, en mi caso así fue, y terminé siendo campeón nacional y rapeando frente a 18,000 personas en la final internacional, así que no esperes más y manda tu video de una vez.
Hey Rob, this guy talks faster than you. I was going to say, I am out of words after the race today and after that series. It's been amazing. Thank you for joining me. You enjoy it, Win?
It's been an excellent series, and I look forward to seeing it grow next year, hopefully.
Yeah, I do as well. Claudio, you thought it was amazing as well. I mean, it's got everything, right? I mean, it's not what we're used to, but the tarmac delivers, doesn't it? It's been rad. I wonder if we're going to see Win back at a street race. That is the big question after what he's been watching this afternoon. Thanks very much, lads. Thanks very much for joining us at home. We'll see you next time on Red Bull TV. Until then, goodbye.
Downhill. Dame ese ritmo y te explico cómo es. Voy a acelerar, alguien debería parar mis pies. Quieres pillarme la carrera y ni me ves. Voy a sonar por el mundo sin saber hablar inglés. ¿Sabes cuál es mi mejor aliado? 9,8 metros por segundo al cuadrado. Tú si vas cuesta abajo es porque todos dudan de ti. Yo si desciendo es para subirme al podio downhill. Algunos se suben a la tarima, pero mira, creerse rapper por enlazar 4 rimas es como querer lograr tomando proteínas, lo que únicamente se consigue con disciplina. Downhill. Le he cogido el gusto a caer, todo por ganar y nada que perder. Siente el primer acorde, vienen con hambre de yo. Vosotros seréis los perros, a mí llamadme Pablo. Si caes rápido es porque están harto de tu frase. Yo si bajo rápido es porque mi meta está en la base. Y tengo claro que no compito contra ti, más bien contra tu miedo de verme competir. Algunos artistas de parvulario son la rueda de mi bici, no funcionan sin radio. Como Nacho lo soy un chaval de barrio, alguien normal haciendo algo extraordinario. También escucho artistas que se pasan, si tengo dudas de sus letras les pregunto al WhatsApp. Tú me interpretas en tu casa, pero un simple aviso no opaca una amenaza. Mi motivación no es hacerte perder, solo es ser mejor que ayer. Solo me ven en el taller, fabrico otra barra y os pongo a correr. Me siento en el día de la marmota, 20 singles iguales con diferente prota. ¿Y por qué a mí no me copian esos chavales? Porque hacer buenas frases es inimitable.